Good afternoon, Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise, autoappraise.com, 800-301-3886. Just over 300 of these Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz built in 1958. A stainless steel top is in great shape. We're going to go through the car. Raining outside, I don't know if it quit yet. Maybe we'll take it for a drive yet still. That triple carb setup was bumped up 57 dual quads and then bumped up another 25 horsepower from the original, I think 310. Although I'd have to cheat and look at a book. 365 cubes, that's what all of them were. This engine bay is detailed really, really nice. Air-conditioned vehicle. Original trim tag. 7059X Eldorado Biarritz. Paint 110, I think the book says 10 is black. Rochester carbs up here, all rebuilt. The coolant's in good shape. The engine oil is pretty decent. Could stand a change. Transmission fluid's up to snuff and doesn't smell burnt. Gonna turn on my little LED to kind of help show off the detail under the hood. Doesn't look like many miles have been put on it since a lot of the work was done. Body bushings are original. It's not a frame-off car. Very pleasant. Backside of the hood finished nicely. Just a little bit of contamination right here in this area. That's what the engine bay looks like, all buttoned up. We'll hop under it since I've got it lifted. Some pretty good detail from underneath the vehicle. Some suspension rebuild was in order along the way. There was no hoist on the premise, so I had to drive the vehicle up on some blocks to get it up in the air. Some of the paint detail on the bottom of the motor would suggest that the engine was repainted in the car, not taken out, but probably as good a detail as you can get doing it that way. Backing plates are in pretty good shape. No obvious collision damage was seen up front from a limited view. Body supports up here look good. I know this is super up close. That's an old 4-speed turbo Hydromatic. There's a little bit of trans fluid on the ground where the car was stored. Unable to see exactly what's dripping. A little bit of a drip there at the inspection cover. Exhaust is new, but the floors are real stable. A little bit of rust in the very, very back of the car in the splash area. There's over 300 still photos of the vehicle. Everything was treated to some black paint. But structurally speaking, everything seems solid and reasonably tight. Stainless exhaust. Left to right, the car looks pretty much this way. I'll get into the back of it because show you the coil springs that were added in place of the air ride. While I'm down here, the lower rocker trim could stand to be polished up. It's got a few whoopties and dingies in it. This is probably the most notable one. That's probably the most wear on any of the trim. Otherwise, the trim shows very nice. I'm guessing that's sagging air suspension way back in the 60s. Caused a few dents in the gas tank, which was repainted. You can see the surface is brushed down there. Original style spiral shocks. And then the coils. Adjustable from the bottom there, coils added. But the floor structure and the splash structure are generally sound and stable for a nice driver quality vehicle. That adjustment pad isn't exactly lined up with the bottom of that coil. May need to be addressed. A little bit of seepage there at the rear end can be seen. It's a 12-volt battery ground shutoff added. The battery's back here in the trunk, mounted as it should be, behind a concealed tray. But up here in the back, there's just a little bit of rust. If you can see it right up in there on that support panel, just a little rust hole. Not too bad. All along the back support looks nice and straight. Doesn't look like the car's been clobbered in any fashion. And the inner splash area and the fenders are pretty nice. Behind the driver's side tire now, you can see the body bushings up there are original. They're in pretty good shape. They're not dry cracked to any horrific amount. Trying to get my flashlight out of the way. Up in the splash area, there's a small rust hole there, and one up there in the wheel well that was tended to with some putty to kind of fill it. But really, that's about the most, most rust I could find. That's actually a splash shield. That piece could be taken out and repaired / replaced. Else, up inside things look pretty decent. No real swelling in that pinch weld seam. Let me see a little more light on the subject. So there's another shot of the suspension. So this is a really nice, maybe solid, with the exception of what I just showed you. A solid 4+ underbody. Okay. Sorry that's upside down. I didn't mean to do that to you. All right, that's better. I apologize. But I'm upside down right now. Okay. Little thing there is just a stain. That's a little bit of oil. This is not coming off. A little bit of axle seal leakage there. We'll pop around the outside of the car, look at the trim and the paint and the body next. I did a magnetic adhesion test all the way around it with a digital paint meter. The whole car's been blocked out pretty nice for an old, long boat from the 50s. It presents pretty straight. There's just a little bit of subtle wave. I wouldn't call it wavy at all. You can see it presents very nicely. And a few areas I can't get a reading on, some I can. So I use the magnets and a combination of the meter. Meter reads up to 30.5. But generally speaking, the paint ranges all over the place. No real heavy abusive filler that I could find. I won't eat up video time doing that to the whole car, but we'll show a few small spots just to bottoms of the door corners. Doors open very nice. Electric seat back option works really well. I'm about 3 feet from the body right now, maybe 3.5 feet. And reflective quality is really nice. Color match is really nice. There's a few what I call cat paw scratches right here that probably would buff out. There's some handprints and whatnot the car could stand a really nice detail. This looks like a lot of flaws for the potential purchaser, but really not. You can freeze frame on this and kind of see what's happening, what I've noticed on the car for the most part. There's just a couple small nicks, chips, etc. Let me clear that up a little bit. There's some hairline scratches on the stainless roof, but you really got to look for them. All the stainless and the chrome trim around the windows is in really nice shape. Let's go look at some of these spots on the car. By the way, if you're watching this video and you're anybody other than Dave, then this video is intended only for the person who is purchasing the vehicle. And if they change their minds or decide not to buy the car, then the video will be public at that point only. So if you call, I don't know the answer to the question, is that car for sale? There's some stuff there that I can get off. I didn't clean it, but it will come off those lenses. Bumpers are in super nice shape, and so are the exits for the exhaust. One little tiny ding that was in the plating. I don't think it was even noticed when they replated those bumpers. Definitely show chrome. Down the other side really looks the same. Very straight. One small subtle line right here / wave. It's very difficult to see. I'm kind of picking on the car, even pointing it out. All the chrome and trim was pulled when it was repainted. Chrome's in excellent shape. Really the little stage 1 patina and some wear marks on the upper window chrome and some light patina there on the tops of the vent frames. Up here on the roof, just a little patch of scratches there if you can see them. And then some hairline, just some hairline scratches here and there. No big major dents or dings. Just a few small marks. Here's one right here. And here's a couple. With the age it is, it'd be hard to imagine it could be any nicer. All original glass, original markings. Haven't rolled the driver's window up yet. There's a couple subtle wiper marks in the windshield and a few little sand pecks, minor stone chips. Not worthy of changing it, but maybe little hairline, ½ inch or less scratch / crack right there in the fender. Headlight buckets in the backs, everything magnet tests and gauges out nicely up here. Real slight, subtle wave right in here, but I've got still photos, over 300 of them. Again, it's a really good looking vehicle. Chrome and trim on the bumpers, exceptional. Grille is in exceptional shape. So there is the exterior body and some of its small visual flaws. Wheels and tires are very nice. Don't know the age of the tires. I didn't date code them, but they're probably 15-20 years old. 15 to 25, I'm guessing, on the paint and body work and resto work on the vehicle. Doors open and close really nicely. No sag or drop noted. Some of the seals have been changed. I'm gonna go with my original thought that the door cards and trim are original. They're in really nice shape. It's not, I'm trying to keep this in focus here. Trim on the door panels is original. A little bit of overspray up in this area. I think I'll grab my flashlight again. While I'm back here, there was a small patch of probably an original leaded seam that kind of just shows very slightly underneath the paint. It probably won't show outdoors at all, just under these fluorescents. It kills it, it doesn't kill it, but it brings it out to a greater visual. I can't find the word to finish that sentence, so I'm not gonna. Hides on the seats are in really nice shape. Here's a little subtle scratch. No real split seams to discuss. Again, the jam seals look like they were changed. Just a little bit of overspray of some paint work in the door jambs. Probably could be cleaned up and addressed a little bit. Trim tag and VIN tag properly mounted. Steering wheel is beautiful. Rubber seals along here. Oops, I'm not following. They show a little bit of deterioration. Could stand to be addressed. Jambs could stand to be detailed. But door skin lips appear to be, visually solid. This door seam is present here and kind of was filled up top. And the door seam on the other side is not really present there. Sill plates were replated. Carpet kit was changed. Dash really, really nice. Lower dash may have been repainted. Easy eye headlight dimmer. Pad, very nice. Original chrome. That could be polished up a little bit. I think somebody could put a coat of wax on that and some chrome polish. All the interior lights are working. Lower dash paint's very, very nice. The vehicle has the original magnetic shot glasses because drinking in 1958 and driving was very acceptable. I don't know, maybe not. Radio, power antenna option on the Eldorado. Chrome. Horn chrome is very nice. Carpet kit was changed. Pedal rubbers are original. Wiring looks tidy up underneath the dash. Fuse panels over here behind the unit. The AC unit. This tray folds out as intended. Tissue box, glove box light works, courtesy lights work. Up top, a couple hairline cracks in those. As far as the inside goes, a little bit of yellowing in the headliner, but a great original piece for its age. Hard to criticize it, considering how old it is. And then the hides on the back seats and the door trim, all very nice. Nothing really to talk about or report. The trunk is well sorted. Battery mounted behind the tray that clips out of place. Spare in proper position. Original wood block, jack plate, jacking tools, etc. I peeled all this back in the floor. Original red oxide primer. These pieces on the side are screwed down, but pulling this up, everything looks to be in good shape. No real visible rot or decay coming through the trunk. Skin lip is in very nice shape. Could stand some detailing. Jambs could stand just a little bit of detailing, but everything is in Good order, original paint there is what it appears, doesn't it? Code 10 or code 110 per the book. The book is not always right. Small contact chip there and there. They show a little better with the door, the deck lid open, but they're not too bad. Had to do a short cold start on the vehicle before I could get it up on the blocks. Engine's 93 to 100 degrees, somewhere in there. 105, not too warm. Still cool to the touch. I'm gonna fire it up and get it down and see what we're gonna do next. Weather's a little damp, but we're gonna go out for a short test drive. It's been raining off and on. Could you go ahead and fire it up, please? No unusual smoke. No unusual ticking. All right, let's get it down. Turn signals look like they're working. Brake lights working. Backup lights working. Oh man, we are still getting some rain. Let me help him get out of here. Headlights, yeah. Try the other side when we get back. Radio's been changed over. Early 1958 digital right there, huh? A gas gauge appears to be bumping. What do we got for a temperature showing? Read temp and oil to me.
It's like just over 130, and then oil's what, 30, I believe.
Sorry, I apologize.
That's right.
I got a reflection, I can't see it, but maybe you can. Oh yeah, right? Yep. 30, yep, sounds good. Miles showing are 57,177, I believe.
Great. Put it back in.
What's that?
Get it back in.
Can you get it through the gears at all? There's first to second. Felt like second to third. This is a 4-speed, but I'm sure that the tranny is shifting fine. Speedometer appears to be working. Odometer, trip odometer is turning. Did you toot that horn? That thing is working as well. The blower is working, fan speed control, and the temperature is sliding as it should. We'll check the air compressor when we get back, and I'm going to help you finish this car wash when we get back.
Okay.
I can hear the turn signals. I heard them cancel. You turn the turn signal the other way and then let it cancel too. Give a little swerve in the back. There we go. Thank you.
Good?
Yep. Got the wipers rolling. We're gonna let the car run for just a couple more minutes, test a few more features. Cigar lighters are working. Check. This one shoots out fast. Yeah, let's cool that. No, all good. Close those. Never do that again. Well, it's going to get a little fresh detailing. Can you roll that back up for me, please? All right, thank you. The original controls, I believe, for the suspension for the air ride are obviously no longer needed. Power vent windows are working. From this switch for sure. Alright, seems like it runs real good. We'll let it run for a few more minutes, but I'll delete that from the tape. Or the video rather. Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise, finishing up a pre-purchase inspection down near Philadelphia, Pennsylvania today. If you need a vehicle inspected, give us a call, 800-301-3886. Thanks for hanging out. Very rare stainless steel top 58 Eldorado Biarritz. A little over 300 of them made. Not as many as 310. I'd have to look the book again. But very nice driver with some general casual wear present, but a good solid original car. Not much has been done to it. Thanks. Before we shut down, we'll just show the car's coming up to operating temperature. Oil still maintaining at about 30 pounds idle, so it runs good. Got the air controls on, and the compressor does appear to be turning. Everything appears to be hooked up. Our line temperature is about the same. Nothing's getting cool at the moment, but it's nice that it's all complete anyway. A little bit of belt noise. Everything sounds good and tight. Have a nice day.